y'all, it's your girl Sashi E. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I achieved these super cute Bantu knots that you guys saw at the beginning of the video. So I am starting off with stretched hair. I do have a video on how I stretch my hair, so if you guys haven't seen that, I will link it above in the card so you guys can check it out afterwards. Y'all know I am the queen of reusing hair, so I will be using this epic pre-stretched hair, but I'm using the hair that I used in my last video for my braided ponytail. So I wanted to start by braiding the two sides of my hair first and just getting that out of the way so that I could just jump right into the Bantu knots. I'm parting it right now, and what I'll be doing is adding some shine and jam to that section just to help make it easier for me to braid it. So I'm applying that shine and jam now, and I'm going to work that in, and then I'm just going to do a regular box braid. As you guys can see, the hair is not very tight. There is space between my scalp and also the start of the braid. Alright guys, so both braids are done and they are looking super good. So let's move on to the parting. So for this style, I definitely think parting will make or break your style, you guys. You can't have this style and your parts look raggedy. Get you a nice handheld mirror so that you can see the back of your head, y'all, and make sure y'all parts look good. So I'm going in with my shine and jam again. I'm putting this on the base of my hair. I'm going to use a comb and also a brush to really work that in to make sure that it is super neat. So I'm using my DIY aloe vera oil to saturate the rubber bands. I've personally never had any issues with using rubber bands on my hair, but a lot of people says that it causes breakage and snagging and so forth. So saturating the rubber bands with oil helps reduce the breakage and snagging that you may experience. So I have 10 Bantu knots in all. I ended up parting my hair in 3 rows. So the first row had 5 sections for Bantu knots. The middle row had 3 and the back had 2. And for the front and the middle rows, y'all, I wanted triangle parts. I wanted that thing to look different and just unique and just really, really cute with a lot of pizzazz. So that is what I did. And as you can see in this clip, I'm just trying to take out some edges because I wanted really dramatic edges for this look. And naturally, I don't have very thick edges. Like, my edges has always been thin. So I have to take out some of my actual hair to make it work. So I'll be using It's a Black thing, beeswax, to help me braid. So I am going to be showing you guys 3 different methods or techniques to use to achieve your Bantu knot. For this first method, I am braiding about 3 inches down. Once I've braided about 3 inches down, I am going to start twisting, and then I am going to twist until my hair is completely mixed in with the braiding hair and you can no longer see my natural hair. As you can see, I did not twist it all the way down, so it is some loose hair. So for that section, you are gonna have to do a finger coil. So if you are doing this method, I will suggest make sure your rubber band is not tight, y'all, because we're not doing a protective style for your hair to pull out. We doing it to keep it protected. So make sure your rubber band isn't tight, because the more you do that coil or that finger coil, the tighter the knot will get. So this method is actually my favorite method. As you can see, I attach the braiding hair below the rubber band. I did not want any tension whatsoever at my roots. And I also wanted to leave enough space so that when I did start to form my Bantu knot, I didn't have to worry about any type of tension or anything like that. So I am braiding this all the way down, probably about halfway, just so that my hair can completely be blended in with the braiding hair. And then once that is completely blended in with the braiding hair, I am going to start twisting. So I am going to twist all the way down to the end. And once everything is twisted, I am going to start forming my Bantu knot. So once I started doing my Bantu knot, I didn't have to do a finger coil or anything. I just kept wrapping the hair around itself, making sure that when I was wrapping it at the base of the hair, just so that it would be nice and neat. Alright guys, so I wanted to incorporate a method for those who have difficulties braiding. So I'll be using the crochet needle. I'm going to twist that braiding hair and attach it to the latch hook. I'm going to gently pull one side of that braiding hair through so that I can have two sides to do a two-stranded twist. I'm going to proceed to twist my natural hair and also the braiding hair all the way till the end. And once I get to the end, I will proceed with my Bantu knot. Alright y'all, so I'll be using my edge booster to do my edges. I did do my edges off camera because I have to legit be like an inch away from the mirror to get them done properly. And then after that I did add some beads, so I'm going to add beads to the other side as well, just to give it a super cute look. Alright guys, so these are the final results. This hairstyle is such a look and it is so perfect for the summertime. If you guys are feeling this look as much as I am, go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know. Also, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also turn on your notification bell. I am on Instagram at sashie.tv. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!